Yo, what's up, guys? Terrell here on Terrell Game Vlogs, here to bring you Sket Dance episode 69 sexual innuendo review. Sket Dance, we can't do that. Hey, and I don't even know. Hey, there we go. I don't know why I didn't snap my fingers the first time. And ironically, this section is full of this episode. Ironically, is dealing with. I'm probably gonna name this shit and blood, like, cause that's really the two gimmicks of this episode, is that it's dealing with shit and blood. The first half is dealing with Boston's desire to poop. It's very straightforward in what you're dealing with. The funniest shit for this episode is just the fact that his bladder keeps fucking with him, and this is something I can kind of relate to, because this has happened to me in real life before, where it's like you feel this urge to shit, but the longer you take to actually do the shit, all of a sudden you don't feel it anymore, but you know you probably still have to take a shit. So like, he's going about his business real quick, like doing normal shit. Like, Himiko wants him to draw fish for Nakai-san, and I see that they're hinting at I know this is a chapter where Boston's like, who the fuck is this Nakai-san you keep talking about? Nakai, but like I think it's like a longer name than like Natakai or something. It's like, who is this person you keep referring to? And I heard that is a chapter in the later parts of the manga. But anyways, he's like drawing the fish and he's like, oh, not again, son of a bitch. And it's hilarious. There's a lot of funny scenes in the first part. And usually I'm not like, oh god, shit jokes are hilarious. But this one was generally funny, because it's that shit on top of the bathroom being occupied, on top of Dante being like giving him like the runaround with his way of talking, and then going, oh, and then like then Boston figuring out, you stopped up the toilet, you motherfucker. And then like Boston indirectly stopping a robbery because he's trying to like go in the convenience store to take a shit on his way home, and he runs into the robbery while like Yaba-san is there, and it's just kind of like, fuck me. And then we get to see concentration mode again, but it's really just for him to not focus on his bladder killing him and to just focus on getting home. He even gets to, apparently they live in the apartment complex, and he's like trying to make it to his, the house. He realizes, fuck, I don't have my key because of the fish drawing stuff. Then it's like, well, Rumi should be home. Rumi will let me in. And this nigga's already prepped himself, so he's like unbuckling his belt and he's reaching for the key. That's how he realized he forgot it. Knocks on the door, and some random chick opens, and it's like, oh fuck, our house is on the lower floor. But at this point, she's noticed that his pants are unbuttoned and unzipped, so it's like he's a flasher. That was like one of the funniest things. It's like, as I said, it's like that random dirty hero. Like, Boston's like, damn it, I knocked on the wrong door. Damn it, I'm not a flasher. And the funny thing is, I don't think Boston noticed that was why she was freaking out, and it was like, wait. They don't even show him like going to the like actual house. They just go to like the fucking like eye catcher, and it's like, oh, he took a shit. And then we just go to the next part. Which was pretty fucking funny. The second half is hinting at what's coming in this, this particular season. For Sket Dance. Well, not, I guess you could say season technically, because they switched openings. I don't know how to really categorize seasons for Sket Dance, but this section of episodes, like this 13 episode set, because the second half is dealing with Tsubaki trying to draw like a small manga comic in order to like promote the student council, because he knows that eventually Agata and Michiru got to step down because they're going to be seniors and they got to start thinking about college and all that other shit. And obviously Tsubaki sucks in terms of imagination, so he's like, Boston, can you help me not suck? Like that's the best way to translate it as. It's like, Boston, help me make a manga that doesn't suck, but his like cat mannerisms have come back, so he has to go see Chusan to like get rid of him. And Boston makes a joke that comes back at the end of the episode, like, why don't you switch him out for some dog mannerisms? Like, you know what, fuck off. And he goes and sees Chu Sensei. So now you have this hilarious set of things where like Boston is working on fixing his little brother's manga. Ironically, I thought it was even funnier that Himiko actually wasn't like doing the fucking chun chun sorewa, she wasn't freaking out about like the little brother older brother situation, which means, is she getting used to it, or is that just an inconsistency? I don't know. But the funny thing is that while working on the manga, they keep making these random mistakes, like fucking Himiko spills white out on the fucking front page, and they fuck up the picture, and Basu can't redraw it because he draws too well, so they had to get switched to redraw it so it looks exactly as shitty as, you know, Tsubaki has made it, because he gave him like a rough draft, and he's like, just do some changes to it to make it, you know, readable. And and the thing was, it's like he ended up looking like a character from Doraemon to me. At least that's the way it looked. There was a whole bunch of random mistakes, like they would randomly smudge portions of the comic, so they would draw crows and shit, but then like Boston smudged it on the side of the character's head, so they just made it look like the character was bleeding, and it was ridiculous. Honestly, I thought this was the perfect time to throw Roman in as a gag, but then again, Roman's gag is the fact that she draws shittily. She has like the weirdest way of doing things, and she breaks the fourth wall all the fucking time, but her manga comes out great. I still think that you should have thrown Roman in here just for the sake of it, because it totally fits with her character, but maybe that was just a too obvious choice. But then again, I also heard that the Sket Dance manga has this tendency of not showing some of the early characters nearly as much as they used to. I mean, damn, can you think of the last time we actually got a Shinzo specific episode? Yeah. The anime, from what I heard, is a lot, throws them into a lot more episodes than they're actually in, just because of how sparse they're actually shown up in the manga. But anyways, by the end of it all, they have this ridiculous ass manga. This character looks like Doraemon's retarded cousin mixed with Bomberman or some shit. There's crows going around stabbing niggas in the head. He's like he's punching the shit, like the character's punching the shit out of the dudes, being like, shut up, bitch. I do what I want because I'm a part of the student council. I was like, what? And Tsubaki looks at the finished product, and he's just like, wonderful. I was like, what the fuck is that? He's like, oh shit, he actually did get dog mannerism. I was like, what the fuck was that? He was like, wonderful. I don't understand how you assume that's a damn dog mannerism, by the way. But then again, I don't know what sound dogs are supposed to make in Japanese. I mean, obviously for cats it's nya, a mya, like, you know, the N-Y-A, nya. But they don't know what they do for dogs, because I rarely hear dog speech in Japanese. But that's really the episode, and I thought it was pretty funny. I think the first half is probably funnier than the second half, but the second half is still funny in its own right. And then the next episode preview actually shows that it's actually Agata leaving, but I don't know if that's supposed to be the Solitude stuff, or if this is the prequel to the Solitude stuff, like how Skip is for fucking School Rhapsody. Is it like, you know, the president is stepping down to Solitude, or what? You get this. So I know next week will be Agata centric, which I have no problem with. Michiru is I was about to say Pokemon. Michiru is the only issue I have, is because we don't know anything about Michiru. Michiru got like a few episodes. We know this nigga can cook. He's a pretty boy. Girls want to suck his dick, but we don't really know too much about the character. So Agata is like slowly coming to being like a cool dude to fuck with, but he's so rare in episodes. I mean, most of the time you usually see him in relation to Tsubaki, or trolling the shit out of somebody, going ka ka ka. Mind you, I do like his laugh, but still, I think in these recent episodes he's being a lot funnier, which I think has a lot to do with the fact that you have Sai in these episodes. I think Sai is the reason why Agata feels more relevant. But the irony is that as soon as he feels more relevant, he's gonna disappear from the manga. Well, not really from the manga. He's gonna disappear later because of, you know, he's not gonna be involved in certain episodes anymore because he'll be busy with school and like life. That's why he has to step down from student council. So, good episode overall. Looking forward to next week. Honestly, that's how it's gonna be with Agata. Like, I'm gonna like Agata, and then he's gonna disappear for a while, and I'll be like, damn. And Michiru is just Michiru because no one really gives a fuck about that character. Like, that character was like, I think he's literally the most irrelevant character in the entire student council. I think Unyu is more relevant, which I kind of hope they do something with Unyu in the future. Because honestly, I think Unyu is the only character in the fucking is the only character in the goddamn anime that doesn't get a specific episode to herself. Mind you, I don't think Michiru does either, but Michiru doesn't need one because Michiru is useless as hell. Unyu, I just don't think they want to do anything with. And what I find even funny is that they're gonna like put these two characters way into the back burner and then like introduce like this ninja dude and this chick that has like gender hating problems, and it's gonna be like, well, this would have been a little bit better if you had pushed, I don't know, pushed Unyu or fucking, I mean, they've been pushing Daisy a little bit more, which I enjoy. We're pushing Unyu maybe a little bit more so I can like her, because those are the Unyu, Daisy, and Tsubaki, the only three that are still like original members. I feel like Daisy should be doing more, and I think Unyu should be doing more. Mind you, Daisy at least has her specific episodes where she's relevant, but I don't think she's pushed enough. But that's just my opinion. But then again, just leave in the comment section what do you think about the student council overall, because I think they're probably like the weakest of the groups because of how underdeveloped all the characters, most of the characters in there are. I think Tsubaki, Agata, and Daisy are like the best three. And then Unyu and Michiru just kind of fall into the background. I mean, they're in episodes, they're just none of them are focused around them. I mean, hell, I think Unyu is even thrown into I looked on the wiki, it looks like Unyu is actually thrown into episodes that she's not even technically in, like the School Rhapsody. That scene where it's like Saya, Captain, and Unyu. Unyu isn't even there. They just keep randomly throwing her in because of how little the mangaka gives a shit about the character, which makes me go, why the fuck did you put that in there? Why'd you even throw her in there if she's that useless? I mean, they use her for like 1 or 2 gags, and then she just kind of chills. But whatever. The main characters are the Sket Dan, but it'd be nice to see more of the student council, because I do like Daisy and I do like Agata. I can like Unyu even though I don't have a logistical reason to like Unyu. I like Unyu a little. Also, I want to see more Koma. Koma needs to show back up a little bit more. I think that's the only other character that hasn't shown up in a while, which is funny since she was introduced in season 2. But I'm rambling now. This is like going for 13 minutes. So this has been the Vlogs Again from your boy Terrell. Please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys later. Sket Dance, what's so awesome? You know, I either have to do that with Tourette's or do that with like a more ridiculous way. Like I need to like flip a table or something when I do it. Like Sket Dance, just awesome, and just like throws them out the window. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Peace.